Yes, this is Tactical Red, and you're on Tactical United, and this is a discussion on Mason Greenwood and why Mason Greenwood has fell off so hard. Mason Greenwood was like came into the team. He was a stone cold finisher. He was left foot, right foot. He could dribble. He still does the passing thing that he does now, but the finishing and the dribbling seems not to have disappeared, but it's like he's gone backwards in it. He's gone backwards in his finishing, which makes no sense. I think, obviously he's been given this new contract, which is strange because, yeah, obviously he was always going to get one. There's no doubt about that. But at the same time, I do think that Mason Greenwood has not been playing well. But the funny thing is, I do believe that it's all down to the coaching and the positions that the coaches play this man in. And they play him on the right hand side, and he's clearly Mason Greenwood is like when I talk about an attacking potential. Okay, Rashford is a better one-on-one dribbler, but I think Mason will be better than him by the time he's 21. Yeah, and I think Mason can dribble one-on-one quite well anyway. And then Mason's a better finisher than Rashford. Mason's a better passer than Rashford now. Mason technically, yeah, and if you look at the stats, Mason is actually technically quicker than Rashford. He's not. Rashford hasn't hit the speeds that Mason's hit. I think Mason's hits like 37 or 37 kilometers per hour, and Rashford's 36. So technically, Mason's faster than Rashford. I'm just saying. I'm putting it out there, innit? I think aerially, no. I think his movement is not better than Rashford at the moment. I think obviously Rashford is 23. He's established. He's more confident. He's played a lot of games. But Mason has everything that Rashford has, but better. And the reason why I think Mason we're not getting the best out of Mason, because he's a number 9. He can come short. He can run in behind. He can finish either foot. Okay, his heading's not great, but I mean, David Beckham's not in the team. Do you get what I'm saying? So the heading isn't gonna be great, but Ollie hasn't utilised Mason Greenwood properly, and he's made him go backwards. I don't know what he's been doing with him in the training field, but it's clearly not productive to his style. I think if Mason Greenwood was at a team like Manchester City, I think if Mason Greenwood was at Leicester or at Chelsea or any of these teams, he'll be starting games like up front regular because he's that good. And I think he's lost a lot of confidence. I think his finishing is wayward at the moment. He's not striking it clean, and he doesn't seem like he knows he's going to score. Where before, you just had this confidence that when he was in front of goal, you expect him to score, and it's gone from him, and that's due to coaching. I don't know what they've been teaching him in the coaching, but they're not obviously encouraging his finishing prowess, and they're not encouraging him to be a striker. They want him to be some sort of winger where when we have Martial, who for me, I'm going to go into Martial in a minute. For me, Martial is not our number 9. I thought he would have been. I'm not going to lie. When in the start of last season, when he was number 9, I thought, okay, yeah, he's going to be top scorer. But in lockdown, after he scored, I said this a while ago. After he scored that hat trick against Sheffield United in the first lockdown, I swear he just thought he made it. He thought that was it. He thought in his head, like, I'm done. I've done my thing. I've made it. Like I'm the best. Got Player of the Year, and he's rested on his laurels. He's not, as I said about Martial. He's not mentally strong. He's mentally weak, very mentally weak. In the press they was talking about how Ollie was shouting at him apparently in the last game yesterday, and he was shouting at him and saying to Mason, to Martial to make more forward runs because he wasn't making runs, and he got taken off in the end by Ollie. I think that's obviously not his game. So you Ollie. I think it's Ollie's fault to actually even trying to force him to be not his game when his hold up play and link play is his game. I mean, he can run in behind, but he's never been that in behind running player. And if you want that, you can't play him. Like, it's simple as that. But Ollie is confusing players. Ollie 1 minute says something great and does another thing that he says great about you, but then his actions don't do what he says he does, and you know, yeah, Ollie's a rubbish manager. Right? Let's not get twisted. But you know, Cavani as well up front. I think when Cavani plays, we don't have the pace. We don't have the speed. We don't have. We don't seem a threat as much when Cavani is playing. When Cavani is playing, his movement is there, but he comes deep. He's like in the midfield. He comes back from court, comes back for free kicks and stuff. Like I'm not talking about like free kicks when they have it on the halfway line. He'll come back and he'll attempt to be tackling players and stuff like that. So this is what Cavani does. It's actually ridiculous. So we have this we have this issue at Manchester United where we don't have a striker really, and I think because we don't have a striker, we need to utilize Mason Greenwood. And funny, we're still top scorers in the league, and Mason has hardly scored. He scored one goal in the league. He scored one goal in the league, and imagine if we had Mason up front, playing game in game out. I mean, we'd definitely score more. We would. His hold-up play is excellent. People talk about his hold-up play. He can't play up front. I've seen him. He holds the ball. He keeps the ball. I know sometimes he doesn't, but I think it's just confidence, honestly, because his touch and everything is good. It's very good, and I just think his confidence. I think he doesn't have confidence in the manager, and I think the manager puts a lot of pressure on him as a 19-year-old, where he should be playing with a certain amount of freedom. But I think he gives Rashford the freedom, who's an established player, and he makes Mason do all the donkey work, tracking back, and he shouts at Mason if he doesn't. It's a lot of pressure. He puts a lot of pressure on a 19-year-old kid, and I think it's unfair that Mason has this pressure. He should be coming into the team just trying to enjoy his football like he did the first season. Like he just came in and just enjoyed it. He didn't think about X, Y, and Z. They didn't have this pressure that Ollie has on him now, because I think Ollie relies on individual brilliance, and he can't cultivate a team play and everything like that. That's why Mason is under pressure when he plays. So yeah, I mean, we don't have a striker, and I think we need to utilize Mason up front more, just to see what happens, because we don't have a striker. Because Martial's proven to be not the answer for us, because he's been at Man United since he was 19. He's now 25, and what's he done in his Man United career? Not a lot. Cavani's get 34. Like, what are we going to do with a 34-year-old Cavani who's always going to get injured? We can't rely on Cavani. So we have to look at Mason Greenwood as the striker, and we have to focus on Mason Greenwood being the striker at the moment. And I would focus on that. I would focus on that for the next foreseeable games. I'm looking at Rashford, Dan James, and Mason Greenwood. I know Dan James isn't my favourite player, but just give him a run out, see what happens. Because Martial is not that. He's not that. He's not. He should leave. Actually, I said maybe. I don't know when I said it, but I just think he should leave. I don't see any progression with Martial and Man United. It's just we could get 50 million maybe for him, and just give him to another team, and I think he would do very well outside Man United, and I want him to do well, just like Jesse Lingard's doing well. I want these guys to do well because I know they're top quality players, and then I know that we don't really need them, but I want them to do well. I want them to do well. I want Martial to do well, but he could play well. He could go to Arsenal, and he would be very good with him on the left, Aubameyang out front, and Pepe. We're dangerous. But because I'm not really. I wouldn't miss Martial. I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't miss it. I don't miss him when he doesn't play. When he does play, I'm not impressed with hold-up play. I'm not impressed with cutting in on the left and doing nothing. I'm not impressed. I've not been impressed, because I was impressed at the beginning because it was new. But now, after since Ollie's come in, really, he's done nothing. Except obviously when he was up front, he did score goals and he was playing good. But again, he's fallen off. Keeps falling off. Like, it's not consistent, and it shows a mental block that Martial has. So, I want Martial to move on and enjoy his career and be happy, but I don't think he can be at Manchester United. I want Greenwood up front, and I want Ollie to persist with it. Will he? 100% no, but you never know. I'm Tactical Red. This is Tactical United. Everybody enjoy your evening. And by the way, lockdown is slightly ending, soonish, maybe. Do you believe them? Do you not? Me, I'm not so sure that everything is going to run the way they say it is, especially the last bit in the 21st of June. But we'll see. Have a good day.